Well, hello, and welcome to the Story to Screen Movie Review Podcast. My name is Benjamin Curlee, and I am filling in for Chris as the host today. Joining me on this amazing podcast is Ian Maphet. What's up, Ian?
Oh, you know, usual fun and excitement.
Oh, yeah, always. We're going to be talking about the very fun movie, The Jungle Book. But before we get into that, we have some weekly segments that we need to talk about here. Two new trailers, one for the new Star Wars standalone, Rogue One, and then Marvel's Doctor Strange. So, Ian, what are your thoughts on those?
I'm actually pretty excited about both.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the trailer for Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
I think it gives you just a taste of what's coming. Kind of gives you that leading edge to it. And I think for Doctor Strange, I have no idea what it's actually going to be about.
I know, right?
They don't reveal a whole lot of information in that trailer, but they're both really cool.
Yeah. No, I know. I mean, Doctor Strange is one of those characters. It's like, okay, you know, I think I saw him cross paths with Spider-Man in some comic, but I really know nothing else about him.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So that should be really interesting to see where they take that. Kind of like Ant-Man. It's like, okay, I've got no idea, so let's, impress me.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, are there any diehard fans of either one?
Yeah, I know, right? Somewhere I'm sure there are, but...
Well, yeah, but it's still just that'd be weird to me. It's like, oh man, Ant-Man is the best ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You go with that. You're pretty nerdy, but yeah.
You do you.
Exactly. Oh, all right. And Rogue One. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to be impressed. And I'm so afraid. I finally know how some of the Marvel fans feel. It's like, okay, there's only one Star Wars. If you screw this up, it's screwed up. It's not like we can just, X-Men it away.
That is very true. They're treading into precarious territory.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. And then the lead. I know. I'm pretty skeptical with the Aussie accent and everything. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I mean, Rey was cool, but yeah. We shall see.
We shall see.
Well, then let's jump into our review for The Jungle Book.
Are you alone out here? What are you doing so deep in the jungle? Don't you know what you are? I know what you are. I know where you came from. Poor, sweet little cow. I'll keep you close. Let go of your fear now. And trust in me.
All right, what you just heard, or if Chris decides to use the video recording that I'm making for him, Saw, was the trailer for the new Jungle Book movie. So just initial impressions. Ian, what are your thoughts?
Well, like, I enjoyed it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure what exactly to expect, because it, going from cartoon to live action, it doesn't always work. But overall, I was pleased with it. I think they did a pretty good job, especially with the sets that they made. Made.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like, it wasn't one of those that I walked out going, "Oh man, that was amazing." But it was like, okay, that was enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it was pretty consistent with itself. It did a really good job. I mean, no, it wasn't one of those wow, I've got to see it sort of films, but for what it was, it did pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Cons. What kind of hit you that you didn't really care for about it? I know I'm going to do this in a different order than Chris does, and it's going to probably bug him, but yeah, we're just going to kind of work around here.
He'll get over it. I was a little displeased with Neil Sethi's portrayal of Mowgli. I think, he's a little kid, but his performance felt really wooden in a lot of parts.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe that was a director thing. I don't know, but or maybe it was the fact that they were working almost completely CGI. That's kind of hard to act with, but and while the visuals were cool and the fact that they created everything CGI, I feel like they could have done better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. As far as CGI goes, we've seen much better. Now, that being said, none of it was bad.
Yeah, exactly.
But it certainly could have been much better. There were like opening shot. I realized it's like, okay, just the way they're moving the camera through the environment. It's like, okay, this is not as grounded in realism as I would like it to be.
Yeah.
But I agree with his performance. I mean, part of it is like I got to give a little bit of leniency just because it's a child actor, and it's so hard to get a good child actor.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like a little bit of body language and stuff that could have been refined better. Voice acting. Thoughts on that?
I enjoyed that part, actually. I think I personally enjoyed Bill Murray's portrayal of Baloo.
I know, right?
It hadn't dawned on me that he was going to be in it, and then when he started talking, I was like, oh, all right, yeah. I think Bill Murray was a perfect fit for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think all said and done, I think that the voice acting was pretty tremendous. And it's funny hearing Christopher Walken as King Louie.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was superb. I know. Well, it's funny. I didn't somewhere in the back of my brain, I knew Bill Murray was Baloo, but I couldn't pinpoint it when I heard him. So it was driving me crazy. It's like, I know that voice. I know that voice from somewhere. And then the trailers, the credits roll, and it's like, of course.
Yep.
Why did I? And then I'm going back and I'm just remembering all the scenes. It's like, yeah, I can totally see Bill Murray saying that. It makes perfect sense now. I can even see the facial expressions. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. It's like the script was written for him. It was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. And then there was a couple cons I wanted to talk about. Specifically, the second song with King Louis singing. That just didn't quite... First one blended perfectly. But the second one is just, okay, a little too far.
Second one was a little more forced.
It was. It was not nearly as natural. Yeah.
I think the movie would have flowed really well if they just left the bare necessities in the way it was and hadn't bothered.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
I am clever.
Very. All right, so we've kind of been surface level here, but now let's get into potential, definite spoilers. What's his name? The wolf pack leader dying. That was real, dude.
That was intense,
especially for a children's film. Well, children's, but
yeah. Well, that is one thing I started thinking about halfway through. It's like, man, I mean, I remember like the original cartoon being a little intense in some parts, but they really amped it up a bit.
Mm-hmm. No, they really did. It was, that was pretty surprising. I mean, it's like we didn't see that much. That was probably, if I recall, the most intense scene, but it was startling.
Yeah.
It threw me off. It's like, oh, okay, wait, is he really dead? Is he going to come back? I mean, yeah. That was pretty intense.
Especially, I think, later in the film when you see, was it the vultures or so nibbling on bones? Yeah. And realizing that was, it's like, whoa, man, it just got.
Yeah, seriously. And yet we won't show us killing off the villain in the end. He'll just disappear in a cloud of smoke. That's the typical Disney into the villain. And the villain can never really die. They just kind of have to, fall. Which is something I didn't realize. It didn't dawn on me until I was told. It's like, have you noticed that every Disney villain falls from a great height when they die? The hero never kills them. They just fall.
That is true. Like, off the top of my head, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King. Holy cow, yeah, you're right.
I know, right? It's like, whoa, okay.
It's like somebody decided way back when, it's like, all right, what's a kid-friendly way for the villain to die?
Exactly, and they've just stuck with it ever since. But yeah. Man, I can't think of too much to talk about.
I know, right?
Chris, I don't know how you do it. You really dive in, you pull it out of us.
Yeah,
kudos there.
Major kudos. Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like there isn't really much that you can really glean from this. I mean, the original one, it was just kind of a fun kids movie with a bunch of songs in it. And this was just like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. It was a really fun ride. I mean, okay, so let's dig in. It's like, what's the message they were trying to convey? It wasn't the clearest to me. It's kind of like, okay, sort of a coming of age story, but I mean, it wasn't the clearest. That's about as specific as I can kind of pinpoint it.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't even know so much about the coming of age thing. Like you said, like it was. If there was a message, it was really hard to glean. I mean, even just the way it ended, it just kind of felt like it was like, all right, and we're done.
Yeah. Congrats, everybody. That was a fun ride.
Exactly. whereas like, the original cartoon film kind of had a, here's what's coming kind of thing. And, more of a, well, I guess coming of age and how things sometimes just need to change. And this one was just kind of like, they're just hanging out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if it was a true coming of age story, then I would have, it's like, okay, the animals acknowledged that he came back as a man, and yet he stayed in the jungle. He didn't go and join humans. So we got a little bit of a mixed message there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's too early for Disney to be pushing trans species, right?
Yeah, I don't think they're there quite yet.
Not yet. So, yeah. So as far as the message goes, that wasn't the clearest. The morals were overall okay. One thing it kind of annoyed me, when Baloo was trying to get rid of Mowgli, and he went through the stereotypical, all right, well, then I'm just gonna, hurt your feelings so that you leave.
Yeah.
I mean, little respect for the character and the audience, and just be truthful, please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. We've only seen that 15 million times.
Exactly. Every TV show and sitcom that they need to continue. We gotta get 5 more episodes out of this lie. Come on.
Guys, we need something. We need something. All right, let's do this. We've already. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Let's just go with it.
Oh, we've backed him completely into a corner. All right, let's open that window, let him out, so he can get into another corner. Yeah.
Oh, this door is gonna be locked.
Oh, so yeah, not the strongest on morals, not the strongest message. I've seen way better from Disney and other people.
Yeah.
But it was a really fun ride, and overall, very family friendly. Yeah, and can we just say Ben Kingsley's got the best voice?
Oh, dude.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. You didn't realize that was Bill Murray. I didn't realize it was Ben Kingsley.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah.
It was one of those, oh, wow. Like, I literally had no idea. I was so involved in the character.
Mm-hmm.
But Ben Kingsley did a stellar job on that.
Yeah, he really did. He really pulled that off. And then as far as CG goes, I have to say that, wow, I'm completely blanking on the name now. But the Panther, the CG, the fur on it was just stellar. Like the rest of the characters, they're okay. Nothing's glaringly bad. But I was sold on that.
They went all out on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just
mm-hmm.
it was glossy without looking fake. But like
mm-hmm.
the way it just shimmered and shone, that was amazing.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. Now, I think they could have gone character development wise. I think they could have delved a little bit deeper with wow. Chris, you're gonna really hate me. I'm forgetting all the names right now. I guess I should pull up IMDb, shouldn't I? It might help a little bit. But the tiger. Shere Khan, that's it. Yes. Could have had a little better backstory for him.
Yeah, I agree. Like he was just kind of dropped in there and
mm-hmm.
like, oh, look, it's a bad guy. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, and he was hurt by humans. even though he himself walked into that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be
millennial.
Yeah. Ouch. Yeah, I mean, I think it would have been more convincing to have him say fall into a trap by humans and then tormented or something,
Yeah.
Or he's an ex-circus performer,
Yeah.
Which would make sense for the fear of fire, perhaps. I don't know. They could have had a little more fun with that, but
I mean,
yeah.
I got stuck by a nail once. That doesn't mean I'm terrified of nails.
But they didn't scar your face.
But they could have. They could have. I mean, I guess speaking of CGI, like what did you think about the sets that they created?
It did not feel nearly as closed in as other fully CG films I've watched. It did feel like it was out in the open. Not as much as it could have. I think that was because of a lack of wide shots.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it did, for the most part, feel like it was outside.
I agree. Like they weren't filming. In fact, there are a few times that I was like, "Is that real?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, did they actually go somewhere to shoot that? And then when I realized they created it all with a computer, it was all right. But yeah, I think the lack of wide shots kind of bothered me, actually.
Yeah. I know that bugged me right at the beginning. It's just the camera movement and then just the up close, the shaky cam. Just It's like, okay, I know you're trying to get me immersed into it, but I need some establishing stuff here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Show me where this is taking place.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Now, humor. Other than Baloo, what's some good humor in that movie?
I mean, most of it kind of revolved around
It kind of did there. I mean, that was hilarious.
That was awesome.
You got another monkey? No, it's not a monkey this time. Oh man, yeah.
That was hilarious. Wasn't so much humor in the rest of it.
No, no, it really wasn't. I thought it was fascinating. The little bit of world building that they did there with the elephants.
Yeah.
That was pretty intriguing.
Yeah. It was like they started out like creating a mythology and then just kind of left it.
And then left it, unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
It's like there could have been a lot more there that would have been really interesting to explore. I guess, yeah, I mean, I see they kind of needed to do that to make the end not be completely corny, but yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably say, yeah, watch this film.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really nice family friendly film. There is, other than a topless 12-year-old or 10-year-old boy, there is no nudity, no language that I recall.
No,
I don't think so. Yeah, so it's perfectly suitable for families. Aside from the little bit of violence, that's about it.
Yeah, I think I would say like this is not one for the youngest.
I wouldn't say younger than like 6 or 7.
Yeah, because there's a lot of scenes that could really scare a really young child.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
I guess, what did you think of the soundtrack?
It did not stand out to me, actually, and I'm trying to recall it now. I assume it blended fairly well. It wasn't bad. That would have stood out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall it really. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking at the Wikipedia and the score soundtrack, and yeah, like I feel like it was, like you said, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't really like groundbreaking either.
Mm-hmm.
It was just kind of there.
Now, I didn't see any problem with it, but apparently some people are a little ticked off because, people just get ticked off at everything. That Ka is voiced by a woman, specifically Scarlett Johansson. Did that bug you at all? I think she did a fine job.
I think she did pretty good. I think she did pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think she did pretty well. You know, I mean, it's one of those things like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a snake. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Now, okay, that actually brings something, talking about this brings something else to mind. That little bit of, while she's hypnotizing him, that little bit of exposition dump there, did that feel awkward to you?
A little bit. Kind of like, hey guys, we need something to support this ending.
Yeah.
What should we do? I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Throw this in with Ka.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
That felt a little weird to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why is she telling him this? There's absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little weird. I mean, it's not going to break it for me.
No, but it just, like, other moments in the film, it just felt kind of forced.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe if they do it like a director's cut or something, it might make a little bit more sense, but...
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this up so that it's not painful for anyone else. If you manage to make it this far, you have my respect. And if you let me know, I will intentionally shout you out the next time I'm in a review with Chris. For real. I will mention your name as one of the diehard fans of the podcast. So
or just because you love my voice so much.
Exactly. Yes. So, final thoughts. I do recommend this film for most people. It's not going to be a superb, great film, but it's if you want a good family film to go watch, yeah, absolutely.
I concur.
All right. Well, thank you, Ian, for joining me in this miserable, slow podcast.
My pleasure.
Oh, man. Yeah. Chris is never letting us do this again.
He's never going to let us have this again. Guys, what's with all the awkward pauses? What awkward pauses?
Well, I mean, he put two introverts together to talk for 30 to 45 minutes about a film. A film that, while entertaining, I'm not passionate about, so...
Now, if this had been about, like, Lord of the Rings or something...
Yeah, I know. We'd be going all night.
Like 3 hours.
All right. Well, thank you, Ian. Where can people find some of your stuff?
All right. Well, I'm finally about to get my my website back up. apologiaproductions.com. It's been too long, but I think I figured some stuff out and ready to get it back up. And then you can find my music stuff. I'm hopefully, among my many other projects, hopefully going to get some of my music up on Ian M on Facebook. And look me up on YouTube under Ian Maphet.
Sweet. Yeah. You're like me, 300 irons in the fire and 2 you might actively be working on, maybe.
Exactly. It's just crazy. I need more time in a day.
I know, right? All right. And you can find some of my stuff, and I also need to update my website at indyvfx.com. That's INDY in the letters VFX. So, yeah, thank you, Ian, for joining us. And thank you for whoever stuck this one out. Yeah, kudos to you. We will see you next time. Bye. I feel like I'm just blundering my way through this. Chris is never going to let us review a film on our own again.
Guys, this is under 30 minutes. What's going on?
Well, no excuses. Oh. Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to think through here.